everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paola and today is a very exciting day in the 12 Days of Christmas video series that I am doing because I get to talk about my top 10 YA books that I read in 2022. At number 10, we have Historia sobre un corazón roto y tal vez un par de colmillos by M.B. Bronson. This is a paranormal romance between a human and a vampire girl, and the human does not know that the girl is a vampire. And this is at number 10 because it brought a lot of nostalgia. This is the first book I remember loving that I read in elementary school. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to the hype. It was very, very, very slow. It took me months to finish it, despite it being like 200 pages or something like that. But I ended up really, really loving and feeling a lot of warmth and wholesomeness in the end. So that is why it is at number 10. At number 9, we have The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. This was published by Disney Hyperion and it is YA fantasy, and this is sort of a prequel to the Descendants movie, the first movie also by Disney, and it was just lighthearted, villainous fun, and I had a blast with it. At number 8, we have Lake Lore by Anna Marie McLemore. It was published by Macmillan, and I'm gonna read you the note that I have here. It is a magical realism romance between two non-binary kids. One has ADHD and the other one has dyslexia, and it's about alebrijes and our coping mechanisms and secrets and how our brains work. And I'm going to say that this is one of Anna Marie's best books, like hands down. It was really angsty, really fun, and I just love the way that Anna Marie writes their characters. I love their prose. You know that John Green quote that says that falling in love was like slow and then all at once or something like that? I think that describes how Anna Marie McLemore writes YA romance, and I am a sucker for it. Highly, highly recommend this one. At number 7, we have Murder of Crows by Kay Ancrum, and this is a murder mystery YA book, and it is IP. So the characters are from the podcast Lethal Lead, which I highly recommend. It is set in a small town and it's about Dick Torres. She is a true crime podcaster and she is investigating these murders that are happening in town, and it is fantastic. Kayla described it in our interview, which I will leave a link to in the description below. She described it as if the mystery gang from Scooby-Doo were queer, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. And this was just so deliciously mysterious and queer, and just I love the way Kay Ancrum writes teenagers. She just knows her shit, and I need to read her other books. I've only read 2 of her books. Can you believe? What a crime. What a crime. At number 6, we have Burn Down Rise Up by Vincent Tirado. This is a horror book about the Bronx fires of the 1970s decade. Our main character is called Raquel, and she is dead set on finding out what evil is taking over, not just her mother, but the entire city. And this was just so much fun, and it was sapphic, and it was funny, and it was truly just horror comedy gold. Freaking adored the way that this was paced. I love all of the characters. I could not put this book down. I'm very, very happy that I got to read it with Sofia and Cande. I will leave their links down below. And yeah, shout out to them for making this experience a lot more fun. At the number 5 spot, I have the first 2 books in the Wayward Children series by Shannon McGuire. So they are Every Heart a Doorway and Down Among the Sticks and Bones. And this is a portal fantasy series. The first one, Every Heart a Doorway, is a murder mystery, and it's about Nancy, who just came back from the underworld and she's really, really struggling to cope. So her parents sent her to Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children, which is where these kids who went to these magical places are, like getting therapy essentially, and it is such a phenomenal book. I really cannot believe that it packed such a punch in such few pages. And then the second book is about twins. It is a spin-off prequel, and it's about Jack and Jill who are sent to, or who go to, this like gothic world with Dracula and Frankenstein, and it's about gender roles and family and what makes a family and what makes someone a girl and what makes someone a boy, and just these intense pressure that kids get because of what their parents see them as. And it is honestly phenomenal. I highly recommend it. On the fourth spot, we have The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I read the first book with Amani's book club, so shout out to Amani for making this experience so much fun. We ended up watching the entire series together and I had a blast. This book surprised me in the most incredible way. So this one is about Belly, and she and her brother Steven, as well as their mother, every summer they go to this house that belongs to their mother's best friend. And this best friend has two kids, Conrad and Jeremiah. And Belly has had a big fat crush on Conrad since the beginning of time, and Jeremiah has had a crush on Belly since the beginning of time. So this is the start of an amazing love triangle that I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds. I am fairly certain that I know who she's gonna end up with, which is kind of a bummer because I'm rooting for the other kid, but I am still very excited about this. The TV show was also so much fun, and I just really love the way that Jenny Han writes teenagers. I am a sucker for them. At the number 3 spot, we have Hani Anishu's Guide to Fake Dating by the one and only Adiba Jagirdar. This is YA romance, it is contemporary, and it's about fake dating. I'd say it's like Grumpy Sunshine, the nerd and the popular girl fall in love, and it is great. It is sapphic. It's about family, it's about coming out, it's about toxic friendships, it's about racism, and it is delightful. This is one of the most wholesome books that you will ever read in your life. So please go check it out, as well as Adiba's other books. At the number 2 spot, we have Ophelia After All by Raquel Marie. This is a coming of age, coming out story about Ophelia, who has always had crushes on boys, and now she's crushing on a girl. This one made me laugh, it made me cry. It has an amazing ensemble cast. Honestly, the friend group in this book is unmatched. It is amazing, and it was so much fun. Like I said, it made me laugh, it made me cry. It just grabbed my heart and did this to it. It was like my heart was slime, and Ophelia After All was, you know, those ASMR videos that people make, and it was just stretching me thin and putting me back together and making me into these roles. It was just such a roller coaster for me. I highly recommend this one. And Rocky has a new book coming out in 2023, so make sure to add that to your Goodreads TBR. It is called You Don't Have a Shot, and it is a YA romance about 2 soccer players, so prepare to be sick of me when that one comes out. And finally, at the number 1 spot, we have It Sounds Like This by Ana Meriano. Oh my god, I need a moment. This is a loose Snow White retelling, and it's about Yasmin, who is a band kid, and she accidentally gets the entire low brass section kicked out of the band. So she and 7 other freshmen have to step up to the plate and make the low brass section work so that they can play at homecoming and join competitions and stuff like that. It is so great. It is also like a slow burn romance between an asexual kid and a questioning main character. I had such a blast reading this book. It's about the power of friendship. It's about this intense pressure that teenagers have on their backs. It's about undiagnosed disabilities. It's about friendship breakups, queer Catholicism, and it's just such a blast. There is one particular scene that involves the shaving of heads, multiple heads, and I have never been the same after that scene. It just filled my heart with so much joy and warmth. I love Yasmin and her 7 platonic boyfriends. It was freaking amazing. Please read Ana Meriano's books. You will not regret it. Alrighty, so that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books, if you would like to read any of these books, and if you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.